Dear students, welcome to 9th Standard Mathematics. Before entering into the lesson, I just want to remind you that please maintain a separate book and note down all the points which are being presented in this study material video. Because at the end of this study material video, there are few questions to answer. If you note down the important points in a separate book, it will be easy for you to answer those given questions at the end of the video. Submit your notebooks when school reopens. Okay. Now, totally 9 chapters are there in 9th Standard Mathematics. In that, the first chapter is set language. We have already discussed about the definition of set. That is, a set is a collection of well-defined objects that you know. Now, I am going to explain about the types of sets. The different types of sets are empty set, singleton set, finite set, infinite set, equivalent set, equal sets, universal set, subset, proper subset, disjoint set, and power set. Definition of empty set or null set is a set consisting of no element is called the empty set or null set or void set. It is denoted by the circle on a line. The symbol is called phi or empty braces. That is, the set do not have any elements is called null set or empty set. For example, the set of all integers whose square is 7. Tell me one integer whose square is 7. We have no integer whose square is 7. Therefore, it is the example for null set. There is no element inside the set, so it is null set. Let's see one more example in the following video. What is a null set? It is a set like this with no elements inside it. Like the set of sensory organs of your book. Book is a non-living thing and does not have ears or eyes, which means it's an empty set or a null set. They both mean the same. If we take the sensory organs of humans, we would have included ears, eyes, nose, etc. Anyway, the null set is represented using this symbol, the circle on a line, and it is called phi. Next set is singleton set. The definition of singleton set is a set which has only one element is called a singleton set. The example for singleton set is the set of all integer between 3 and 5. Between 3 and 5, we have only one integer, that is 4. So the answer is the set 4. This set has only one element, therefore it is called a singleton set. In the next video, we will see briefly about singleton set. Now, here is a tricky question. We have been asked to write the set of even prime numbers. Think about it. Which prime number do you know of that are even? Well, we have just one prime number that is even, and that is the number 2. Therefore, the set has just one element. These kind of sets are called singleton set. Singleton set has only one element. Next is finite set. The definition of finite set is a set with finite number of elements is called a finite set. That is, if the set has countable number of elements, then we can say the set is finite set. Example for finite set is the set of all family members. Here, the members in a family is countable, therefore it is finite set. Next is infinite set. The definition of infinite set is a set which is not finite is called an infinite set. That is, if the number of elements in the set is uncountable, then we should say the set is infinite set. Example is the set of all stars in the sky. The number of stars in the sky is uncountable. So this set is infinite set. Let's see more about these types in the following video.
For these types, write all the set of all integers using listing method. Open the bracket, write 3 dots and -4, -3, -2, -1. This list covers all the negative integers. But we have been asked to cover all the integers. So we write a 0, 2. And now we just have to cover all the positive integers. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 3 dots again. Here the 3 dots means that the numbers continue to infinity on both sides. These types of sets with the elements are infinite are called infinite set. And now let's take the set of all colors of the rainbow. We open the bracket and write violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red and close the brackets. These sets in which the elements are finite are called finite sets. Let me give you the final 2 examples. Find out if the sets are finite or infinite. The first example is the set of all the names of months in a year. And the second example is the set of whole numbers. Try finding if they are finite or infinite. This set would be finite as there are 12 months in a year, but this set is infinite because whole number starts from 0 and never ends.
Next set is equivalent sets. The definition of equivalent sets is two finite sets A and B are said to be equivalent if they contain the same number of elements. It is written as A is equivalent to B. The symbol in between A and B is called the equivalent symbol. For these types, first we have to find the number of elements. If the number of elements in both the sets are equal, then we can say the two sets are equivalent sets. For example, A is equal to the set bat, ball and B is equal to the set history, geography. Here, the number of elements in A is equal to 2, that is bat and ball, and the number of elements in B is equal to 2, that is history and geography.
We denote the number of elements in the set A is n of A. Therefore, n of A is equal to 2 and n of B is also is equal to 2. Here, n of A is equal to n of B. Therefore, we can say A and B are equivalent sets. Are equivalent sets? To understand, consider these 4 sets. A consists of 1, 2, 3. B consists of 3, 4, 5, 1. C consists of 3, 9, 2, 8. And D consists of 2, 3, 4. Any two sets are equivalent if they have the same cardinal number. The cardinal number of the sets is the number of elements present in that set. To know which of these sets are equivalent, let's find the cardinal number of each of the sets. The set A has 3 elements. So, n of A is equal to 3. The set B has 4 elements, which tells that n of B is equal to 4. Similarly, n of C is equal to 4 and n of D is equal to 3. These are the cardinal number of each of the set. We can see that these two cardinal numbers are equal. So, we can say the set A is equivalent to the set D. And similarly, the set B is equivalent to the set C. Remember, they are equivalent, not equal. That brings us to the question, when are they equal? We will see that in the next video. Now, just remember, the number of elements in two sets are equal, then they are equivalent sets. We saw that the two sets are equivalent if their cardinal numbers are the same. But when are two sets equal? Two sets are equal when they have precisely the same elements. You will soon know what I mean when I say precisely. Consider these two sets. Set E has 1, 2 and 3 as its elements, and set F also has 1, 2 and 3 as its elements. Since these have the same elements, we can say the set E is equal to the set F. Now consider two other sets, set G with 3, 9, 11 as its elements, and set H with 11, 3 and 9 as its elements. We can see that both the sets have the same three elements, 3, 9 and 11. So set G is equal to set H. From this example, we could say that as long as the elements in the set are the same, the order does not matter. Now look at these two sets. Set I consists of 4, 5 and 8, and set J consists of 4, 5, 8 and 9. If you observe, you can see that both the sets have 4, 5 and 8 as their elements. But J also has 9, which set I does not have, which means the set I not equal to J. If the sets to be equal, their cardinal numbers also have to be the same. In this case, n of I not equal to n of j, which means the sets unequal. When I say precisely, this is what I meant: same elements and same number of elements. Students, in today's class, we learnt about the definition of empty set, singleton set, finite set, infinite set, equivalent set, equal set. Empty set means a set which has no elements. Singleton set means a set which contains only one element. Finite set means a set which has finite number of elements. Infinite set means a set which has infinite number of elements. If the two sets having the same number of elements, then we can say the sets are equivalent sets. And finally, equal set means the two sets contains exactly the same elements. This is the homework sums for you. Practice these sums in your notebook and submit it on reopen day. And note down the following links. You can see more details about this topic using the link.